Hello everybody, so this is a tutorial and I'm gonna show you how to record your eDrums, which is supposed to be the Yamaha DTXplorer, on a software. So I'm gonna use Cubase 5 and I'm also gonna use EZdrummer as a VST. So, what's the problem with the Yamaha DTXplorer? Well, it has a mapping problem. It means that you can record your MIDI, but some instruments of the drums won't be what you want them to be. Actually, the crash, ride, hi-hat and the toms work fine, but the kick will play a snare and the snare will play a crash. So you don't want this to happen, and I'm gonna show you how to solve this problem. So first we're gonna open a project in Cubase. It doesn't matter which one. So I'm gonna use here, backing. Okay. Now you're gonna create a MIDI track that will depend on an EZdrummer. So you go on Devices. Well, I'm sorry, my Cubase is in French, but you'll understand. Here is Devices, and click on the VST Instruments. Right. On the one, you're gonna choose EZdrummer. Okay, just do cancel here. So let it load. Alright, you can close it and close this too. Great, I'm gonna add a MIDI track. Add a MIDI track here. Okay. So in your input you can say all MIDI inputs, it's okay. And in output you have to choose EZdrummer. Here we are. So now, of course your eDrums must be plugged with your MIDI wire. I'm using here a MIDI USB wire, and if I play it should work. Yes, but if I play the snare I hear crash. This is the problem. So what you should do is, I'm gonna mute this and this, start a record, okay, and you're gonna play your kick and your snare. First I play the kick. Let's go. Yeah, it plays the snare, and then I play the snare, and it plays the crash. Alright, so now you can stop the recording. So as you can see, it has been recorded. To see which note has been used, you can use the GM map here in the drum maps. Okay, so if you're not running Cubase, I think there's another way in other softwares, just like Fruity Loops or maybe what's the name, Logic Pro, yeah, all that stuff. I think you can do this too. So double click here and you'll have these symbols. So this is your kick and this is your snare. So if you play them, you hear a snare. So what you will do is change the output note, because the input note is the note that is sent by the eDrums. But if you click here, okay, here, change A0 and put C1. C1 is the kick. Now if you play it, alright, we hear a kick. So let's recall it and call it my kick. Okay, now I go down and this should play a snare, but we hear a crash. So same thing, just go on the output note, delete this and enter A0. Alright, listen to it. Alright, it is a snare, so let's call it my snare. Great. So you can close this, and now you're gonna go on the drum map settings here. So if you click on the GM that you have modified, you can see the difference. My snare is written here, and higher you can read my kick. I don't know where it is, but it is here. Here it is. So I think the best for you is to save this drum map, because it's going to be really useful if you want to record your drums to have already this prepared. So that's what I did, and to do this you just have to click on this blue button here and you do save it. give it a name and save it where you want it to be saved. I did it and I called it Yamaha DTXplorer. That's pretty cool. Look, I just have to do this now. When you start a new project, you just have to plug your MIDI with the VST instrument, all that stuff, and you have to go here and you go on the drum map settings and you click on the blue button and you do load, and you load your Yamaha DTXplorer that you saved before. Open it, okay, you can close. Now just select it here and it's gonna be alright. You'll be able to record your snare and your kick as you wanted it to be. Okay, so I'll try to put a link to download the DTXplorer file if you want to just download it and not make the operation. But it's not complicated. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope it helped you. Thank you. Goodbye.